One of the biggest myths about flying a mini drone, not to drone flyers themselves, but to the general public and people who don't really know what these drones are capable of, is that you're using them to spy on them, to look in their bedroom windows and see what their missus is up to while she's in there. Well, I'm coming out to test that today to see if you can actually see in a bedroom window with one of these wee mini drones. I'm going to be using Lassie, my DJI Mini 2, and I'm going to be taking her up in 4K, which gives you a 2x zoom, and seeing how close I can get to that window just there. It's exactly 100 metres away, and I have placed a sign in the window with a number, and I want to see how close I can get, or how close I have to be before I can read that number. Now, it's on an A4 sheet of paper and it's in a very big font, so if you can read that number you could probably see someone inside or through the window. So I'll put Lassie up and see how close I can get. Now, the first attempt is going to be in 4K mode, and I'm going to have the zoom in full, which will be 2x zoom. Let's see how close we have to be to see in that window. There's a bit of a wind blowing today, so I'm going to be keeping my eye on her. Right, so that sign's 100 metres away, and it's in that window there. So let's just zoom in, and that's a full 4K zoom. And you can probably start to see, at least you'll be able to see the A4 bit of paper. So there, she's 60 metres away now. She's now 50 metres away there. Right, so that's her 50 metres away. Still can't see that sign. She's 40 metres away, 30 metres away, 20 metres away. Let's take her to 10 metres away. So she's 10 metres away now with the zoom fully in. If I take the zoom out, there we have it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to 1080p, now recording at 1080p, and I'm going to zoom in and see, this is a 4x zoom. Can I see what that number is? 10 metres away. I can't see what the number is, but I could probably see in that window at 10 metres away. Let's bring her back. So she's 20 metres away now, and I could still probably see in that window quite well. Take her back to 30 metres. So that's her 30 metres away now. Aye, I could see in that, that window quite well there at 30 metres. What about 40 metres? 40 metres away. Probably couldn't make much out there inside the window. At 40 metres you're probably not going to see much. That's her 50 metres away now. But I reckon from maybe 30 metres you can probably make out quite a bit in a window if you wanted to. So here she is at 100 metres. Let's bring her right back. So that's at 100 metres away with the zoom fully in. 4x zoom. Let's take the zoom all the way out. So quite a difference and quite a good zoom on the DJI Mini 2 at 1080p. You don't get that kind of zoom at 4K. Here's the best zoom you get at 4K. So that's 2x zoom. And at 2.7k, here's the zoom at 2.7k. So I think that's possibly 3 times. Or is it? Yeah, that's 3 times zoom is the best you'll get. So 3 times zoom at 2.7k. And you could probably then, in post, you could zoom in a little bit more on the window if you really, really were that so inclined. So at 2.7k, let's take her in to 30 metres away from that window. And I have permission of the owner of that window to fly up to it. Right, so there's 30 metres away and zoomed in at 3 times using 2.7k resolution. And there's 20 metres, and moving in now to just 10 metres away. So 10 metres away at 2.7k. Right, I think we'll call this one. So I suppose the other interesting thing you'd like to know, or I'd like to know, maybe you'd like to know, is how far away can you hear it? So let's supposing at 30 metres, I reckon you could see in a window quite easily. So at 30 metres away, can you hear this drone? So I've got this microphone here. Here's the volume level of the drone when it's at 0 metres. So I'm going to take it up, and the height there was 15 metres. But then again, if it's right outside your window, it'll be level with you. So let's see if you can hear a drone, and let's see if you get your window open. There's the drone at 10 metres away, which gives a really good view in a windy. Let's move it back to 20 metres. 20 metres away, I can still hear it quite clearly. What about 30 metres? At 30 metres I can still hear it. Now I know it's a drone. Somebody might be curious enough to look out and see what is that funny buzzing noise. So at 30 metres you can probably hear it. You can hear it at 40 metres, and I also suppose it depends on the way the wind's blowing, but the wind's blowing away, so the sound is blowing away from me. But I can still hear her. I don't know if the mic can pick her up. That's her at 50 metres. Let's see if the mic can pick her up at 50 metres. I can hear her clearly. Try 60. She's even louder now. So the terrain has a lot to do with it. I think the sound is reflecting off of the hill. There's a hill just up there. And Lassie's just above that hill. So the sound may be reflecting. Oh, it's getting, I can't hear her now. There's a lot of traffic going past, and that is masking her a little bit. But I can still hear her. Hear her clearly at 70 metres. I can still hear at 80 metres. I can hear her clearly at 90 metres. And 100. I can still hear her at 110 metres away. Right, I've lost the sound now, but there's a bit of traffic going past the road. Let's just take her at 120 metres. Can I hear her? No. I cannot hear her now at 120 metres. Not at all. Okay, there's where I picked her sound back up. That's 100 metres. So at 100 metres you can hear her, I can actually hear her. And at 30 metres, which is probably the furthest away that you could see in somebody's window. She can be heard clearly. I don't know if the mic can pick her up. I can hear her quite clearly there at 30 metres. Right, so what have I proven here? I don't know. So what have I proven here? I don't really know. I think at 30 metres away from somebody's bedroom window, with a 4x zoom at 1080p, or even a 3x zoom at 2.7K, you could clearly see in somebody's window. The drone would be very easy to hear at that distance. So if you wanted to spy on someone at 30 metres by looking in their window, you'd be taking a risk doing it at 30 metres, because they would quite clearly hear the drone, have a look at and see what it is that's spying on them. So I don't think that myth is busted. I think that myth stands up. You will be able to see it in someone's window, but I think you'll be caught. So don't do it. If you want to see something else that you shouldn't do with a DJI Mini 2, have a look at that video there.